Hello guys, my name is Babatunde Arolo, and today we're going to be talking about solving a system of linear equations using substitution. Okay, so based on the name substitution, right, we're going to be using substitution to solve this equation. So this equation is just asking us to find the x and y values of this system, right? And so we're going to use substitution method. And this substitution method basically deals with substituting a particular part of the top equation into the bottom equation, or you can go either ways, it doesn't really matter. Right? So in this case, we're given y here, right? So based on this first equation, we're given y equals 2x minus 14. Right? So all we have to do is substitute 2x minus 14 wherever we find y in the second equation, right? So here we're given y here, 5y. So we're gonna have to multiply 5 times 2x minus 14 to get the value for x. And so when we get that value for x, we're going to substitute the value we got for x into any one of the equation, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to use that to find y, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this. So this is y equals 2x minus 14. Remember, the first step, we're going to substitute, right? So we're going to substitute all whatever is in y, which is in this case 2x minus 14, into the second equation, right? So this is 3x. Oh, let me use that. Okay, so this is 3x plus 5 into 2x minus 14 equals minus 5, right? So all all we did here was that we replaced everything that we found that was a y in this second equation with 2x minus 14, because y equals 2x minus 14, right? So we just replaced y here with 2x minus 14. And so now we have to kind of group 5 into 2x and 14, right? Because basically this is multiplying. So we have to multiply 5 by 2x and also by minus 14, not 14, minus 14, right? Okay, so when we do that, that would be 3x plus, so, and in order to do that, we have to multiply plus 5, remember, plus 5 times 2x, and we'll multiply plus 5 times 2x and also plus 5 times minus 14, right? And so we know plus 5 times 2x, because now we want to remove the bracket, right? We want to remove the bracket so we can be able to evaluate everything. So that's why we're doing this, right? So we know 5 times 2x is 10x, right? So that would be 10x, right? Because we're just grouping 5 with 2x and minus 14, right? So this will be plus 5 times 2x is plus 10x, right? And so the next one is plus 5 times minus 14. Right? And then we know plus times a minus equals a minus, right? So this will be plus times this minus here to be minus, and then 5 times 14, which is 70, right? So 10x minus 70 equals minus 5. Okay? So now we're gonna add we're going to group the numbers together, right? So we're going to group the x in one side, and we're going to group the normal values, like the integers, in the other side. So we don't want them to be in the same part, right? So we're going to add this one and this one, because then the x, right? So they can add each other. So this is going to be 3x plus 10x, which is equals to 13x, right? So left with 13x minus 70 equals minus 5, right? So now remember, we have to remove all the normal numbers like this, and we'll put them at this side, right? And then all the x values, we're going to put them in this side of the equation, right? And so to remove minus 70 from here, we have to add 70 to both sides, right? So that'll be 13x minus 70 plus 70 equals minus 5 plus 70, right? So the trick I use in this stuff is that whatever sign I see in front of the number that I want to take to the other side, I just change it. I change the sign. If it's a minus, I change it to a plus, or if it's a plus, I change it to a minus, right? So minus 70 plus 70, that's a 0, right? So 13x minus 0 equals minus 5 plus 70, right? And so we know minus 5 plus 70 equals 65, right? So that'll be equals to 65. So it'll be 13x equals 65, right? So now we want x alone. We want to find the value for x, right? So in order to do that, we have to divide both sides by 13 because 13 here is attached to x, right? So I have to divide both sides by 13. That will be divided by 13, and then also divide here by 13. So that cancels out. So x equals, and then we don't want to divide 13 by 65. That would be 5, right? Because 13, if you add 13 5 times, it will give you 65 basically. So we already got the value for x, which is 5 in this equation, right? So all we have to do is we have to find the value of y. And so to find the value of y, you have to plug in x equals 5 into any one of these equations. It really doesn't matter, right? So if you plug in here, you get the same thing that you get here, right? So let's use this. Let's use this one. So this is y equals 2 2x minus 14, right? But remember, we're going to replace x with 5 because of this answer, right? That'll be 2 times 5 minus 14. So therefore, y equals 2 times 5 is 10, right? That'll be 10 minus 14. So y, based on this, equals 10 minus 14. That equals minus 4, right? That'll be equals to minus 4. So the solution for this equation is x equals 5 and y equals minus 4. Let's check that out. Yeah, so it's correct. So let's look at another question. Let's see. Let's test our knowledge one more time. So let's look at this. Okay, so based on what I just said, right? We'll do the same thing that we did in the previous question. We're gonna do it here, right? So it doesn't really matter. Okay, based on this, as you can see, it wasn't like in the same form that we had before, right? Because we had like y equals something something, but here it's kind of telling us that it's kind of different, right? But it doesn't really matter. You can just manipulate these equations to get what you want to substitute. So let's look at this. So if you look at these two equations, the easiest one that you can easily manipulate is this, right? Because there's nothing attached to y here, right? So y is just a loner here. So this is minus 3x plus y equals minus 13, right? So we can say, based on this, we want to make y the substitute in this case, right? So in order to do that, we have to add 3x to both sides. So that will be minus 3x plus 3x plus y equals minus 13 plus 3x, right? So minus 3x plus 3x that's cancelled out. So y equals minus 13 plus 3x. So this is the same thing as this, right? So all we did is we just set y equals to a parameter, right? To this equation, right? So all we did is we just set y equals to something so we can substitute in this case, right? So once we already got y equals minus 13 plus 3x, all we have to do now is substitute these values into this first equation, right? Okay, so feel free to pause the video if you kind of test the knowledge, and if you feel comfortable with it, right? So let's look at that. So first, this first equation is minus 2x plus 3y equals minus 18, right? So that will be minus 2x plus 3. So whatever you see a y here, you're going to have to replace it with minus 13 plus 3x, right? So that will be bracket minus 13 plus 3x equals minus 18, right? So based on the other video, now we have to still distribute 3. In this case, we have to distribute 3 across minus 13 and plus 3x, right? So in order to do that, we have to multiply 3 by minus 13 and 3 by plus 3x, right? So this is minus 2x plus 3. Okay. Okay, so this is plus 3 times minus 13 because we have to multiply this first, right? So plus times minus, that's a minus, right? Because no, plus multiplied by minus equals a minus. So that's a minus here. And then we know 3 times 13 equals 39, right? So you can use the calculator. I think you can use the calculator here. I'm not sure. Yeah, but 3 times 13 equals 39. So that'll be 39 here. And so we're already done with 3 and minus 13, right? So the next thing is we have to go to this side. which is 3x. So we multiply plus 3 by plus 3x, right? And so we know 3 times 3 is 9, right? So that'll be plus 9 and then x, right? Don't forget x. So this plus x equals minus 18. So we successfully expanded this part of the equation, right? Which is minus 39 plus 9x. So now all we have to do is we have to group the x in one side and the normal numbers in the other side. So this is minus 2x plus 9x minus 39 equals minus 18, right? So we can, in order to do that, we have to remove minus 39 here, right? And then put it in this side. And so to do that, all we have to do is just say minus 2x plus 9x. And then now we have to add 39 to both sides, right? This should be minus 39 plus 39 equals to minus 18 plus 39, right? So we added 39 to both sides to make here equals 0. And here we just add 39 because whatever we do here, we have to do here also, right? So whatever we did here, we added 39 here, we have to add 39 here also. So minus 39 plus 39 equals to 0, right? So that will be equals to 0. And so we know, so what we're left with is minus 2x plus 9x equals minus 18 plus 39, right? Okay, so what next we have to do is we have to evaluate these values respectively, right? So let's start with x first. So minus 2x plus 9x, right? That is 7x, right? Because, yeah, so that is 7x equals, and then minus 18 plus 39 equals 21, right? So that equals 21. And so now we have to remove 7 attached to this x. And so to do that, we have to divide both sides by 7, right? So that will be divided by 7, then here divided by 7. So that will be cancelled out. So you got to cancel this. That will be x equals 3, right? Because when you divide 21 by 7, that will be 3, right? So x is equals 3. So now we can plug in our x values of 3 into the y, into any of the equations here, up or down. It doesn't really matter, right? So let's use the second equation. It's still going to give us the same answer if you try, but yes. So that would be minus 3. That's just based on the second equation, right? So now we're going to replace x here with 3, right? So that would be minus 3 times 3, which would be times 3, and then plus y equals minus 13, right? And so we know that minus 3 times 3 equals minus 9, right? So that will be minus 9 plus y equals minus 13. So now all we just did is we already got the value for x, which is 3, right? And now we're just replacing x as 3 into any one of the equations. So we got minus 9 plus y equals minus 13, right? So now we have to remove minus 9 from here, right? And so to do that, we have to add 9 to both sides. So that will be minus 9 plus 9 plus y equals minus 13 plus 9, right? So minus 9 plus 9 equals 0, right? So that will be y equals, then minus 13 plus 9 equals minus 4, right? So it equals minus 4. Okay, so x equals 3, x equals minus 13. Oh no, x equals 3, sorry. X equals 3 and y equals minus 4. Let's check that out. Yeah. Alright, so thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you liked it, and hope to see you again. Bye.